amigos of the bay will be falling shame. Amigos on the bay will be
What is up, party people? Bit of a, I don't usually, sometimes I stream on Sunday. Sometimes I'm like, we're gonna cover more drama. Hey, fucking bada bing, bada boom. I can't cover drama all the time. You know, sometimes I just want to do things for myself, okay? Like, I want to just cover a thing that might just be like a funny little guy event, right? I have fixations too, chat, outside of drama, okay? We talked about this. I have hobbies, and one of those hobbies is hating AI, okay? I am an AI hater. That is my position. Wow, Diesel, talk about Mr. Cold Take here. Hold on, let me do the pre-stream. There we go. Okay, so, few things. I had been perusing content about AI. But like about the faults of the service, right? And this all started back when I read an article from the Rolling Stone where people were being gaslit by ChatGPT into thinking that they had some like divine technological we had some divine technological connection to God, right? The God machine had apparently been speaking to children being grown adults, and telling them that they're from outer space or have the secret to the world, right? Or there was a clip on Twitter that went viral a while ago about a couple, and they were talking about how this guy had an AI girlfriend. Editor put it up in the edit. And then 2 minutes into the video, you see this, and it's his fucking girlfriend. It was fucking wife. It was his wife. Okay. Did you listen to Falgi's call with Scarlett? Yeah, prior stream. Right, and I couldn't believe my eyes, right? So from that time, I had started like just kind of examining what the non-hype stuff is. I feel like the guys that are hyping up Gen AI are like kind of living in a bubble, right? Because I've been looking through it on Twitter, which is where you'd find the most of them. Here's my crackpot theory. I think they pay for engagement. I think they pay for engagement because I looked through the terms on Twitter, and I typed in like AI advertising, and I went through it, and you see that they're actually making the same post 400 times to try and hit the algo. So either they're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and then they get lucky sometimes, or they pay for it. Uncharitable take is that they pay for it. Charitable take is that they're just wasting a bunch of man hours producing prompts to nobody else who cares. But it is what it is, right? And another thing that is like, and another video that came up in my feed recently, there's two. There was a video by a Souls tuber who had to address people who are like AI anomaly hunting and assuming every single piece of art they see is AI, which is a real problem. I feel like people who are unprofessional hobbyists will accuse professionals of AI with dubious intent because they are actually feeling bad about themselves. And that happens a lot on Twitter. I see a lot of that, right? So there's that. And it was from a Dark Souls YouTuber. Very interesting video, by the way. Speaking of which, what's your stance on AI? I mean, I think it should be clear that I do not like Gen AI. Right? And then the second thing was this channel called, and I'll shout them out because he just does really good stuff. His name is Pivot to AI, and his entire channel is dedicated to cataloging how people using AI have no idea what it does, and that it's a bubble, right? He's basically, a lot of the news he shares about AI is basically him saying that this whole like Gen AI thing is a bubble, and that bubble's gonna pop, and all these venture capitalists are going to lose their money. And so he basically does sardonic British news on whatever's happening within like the tech sector for AI, right? He's just some fucking like old guy, right? And he was going over recently how Google Veo doesn't work for video production, right? And how it's not useful, and that the guys making prompts on this stuff are actually lying through their fucking teeth about the performance of these things, right? So and here's what pushed me over the edge, right? Because these are all like events that just happened because I got one-shotted by the algorithm, but here's how thin the use case is for AI, right? So we got a washer and a dryer, right, chat? We got a washer and a dryer. It is unfortunately a consistent burden on my life. And so I need to work with it, right? And use it as a person. So I'm using my washer and dryer, and I don't know what all the settings do. So for the first time in the entire length of my phone, I opened up the Gemini app. Okay? Opened up the Gemini app, and I turned on the camera, and I said, Gemini, what do these settings do? And to its credit, it got the make and model of my washer and dryer correctly, and it also explained what the settings do. And you might say, Diesel, why didn't you just pull out the fucking manual? Who the fuck has the manual to their washer and dryer just hanging around? So it's a very thin use case, but I needed to know what things like quick fluff, or like those premium features that washers and dryers have to separate themselves from others. I needed to figure out what those were because I had like a mixed load of laundry. It was a very specific and stupid use case for AI, but that was literally it. You mean to tell me you don't also hoard manuals? I don't. My dad does. But I wasn't going to go through the rigmarole of finding it and then reading the manual and having to dig it out of his pile of manuals. It just wouldn't have... It was literally more time efficient to use Gemini. But here's the thing. When you turn on the Gemini camera, it says that you're going live. So I was like, am I about to show the internet my fucking dryer? Am I about to show the internet my dryer? No, it turns out you're like communicating with Google servers. So they say that you're live with Gemini. It's a terrible term. They need to change that term. It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? And it was a lot, right? And I felt like the terminology for it was bad in a way that they didn't know how to like advertise the use of it, right? So anyway, after consuming all of this and doing that, I've decided to pull out some ads, some of which we may have all seen, and I am going to critique these ads, okay? I'm going to critique these ads. And with that, we're just going to get right into it. I've got like a whole playlist. Some of these I've seen, some of them I haven't. I'm just going through them in no particular order. I just made a huge fucking fuck off list. So we're just gonna get into it, okay? We're just gonna react, Andy. Why is this? Hold on, I'm receiving a cell phone call. Of course, the second I go live. Hold on, chat. Let's put on the piss music. Okay, I have another Glepshido gripe today. Um, Sometimes things are text and not calls. So just text. I don't hate a call, but these are not call these are not call things. These are not call things. The AI companies. I am live right now. I am gonna actually crash out. Excuse me one moment. I don't usually BRB this early, but I need to step away. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. All right. I apologize for that. Sorry. Unfortunately, people don't understand when I say I'm live, that means I'm working. What's the point of telling people that I do this if they don't fucking listen? I'm sorry. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. God. Okay. You know, this is actually very infuriating. I moved to a new notes app, and the notes app doesn't let you like just click to open up a new window. Like it doesn't do paste and go or whatever. Like it was being really annoyingly weird. Anyway, we're gonna start with Just Ask Google. This one I have seen before. This one has been on my television.
This is Ted. Ted was born in 1998, the year of the first Google search. And as a teen...
That guy's first memory was 9/11. That guy's first memory was 9/11. He was born in 98, so was I.
Teenager, whatever Ted was looking for...
So here, okay, unironically, when I saw this ad for the first time, right? I was like, oh God, he's like a teenager and he's going on Google. What could he possibly be searching for? Oh, a teenage boy on Google? What could he possibly be searching for?
Google helped him find it.
James Blunt music video.
The funniest part, though, is that this guy is a James Blunt fan. Okay? Nothing against James Blunt, but there's no way that this guy is like the coworker music final boss, dude.
My life is brilliant.
And so it went, year after year.
Dude, the stream instantly members only.
There was always some new question on his mind. Ted is 20.
So it's like the whole shtick of it is like, oh, his whole life he's used Google to answer questions about life. The Zoomer must ask the internet what to do in his life because his parents were absent Gen Xers. Many such cases.
26 now. His life isn't so simple. Fortunately,
Okay, also, another outrageous thing about this commercial that I find really funny is that this guy is 26 and he's got like a fucking like mortgage. It's like the way it's like framed is like he's got a mortgage and he's fixing his grill.
Google still is.
Why is this not working?
Also, that question is so vague. I don't know if you guys have asked AI anything, but if you use that feature from Google and you were just like, why is my grill not working? It wouldn't be able to give you an answer. It literally needs more context. You putting the camera out and just being like, why is it not working? It just wouldn't work. Like, that's just not how that works at all. Like, having used it now, you need to explain what the issue is in order for any kind of LLM to, like, answer your fucking question.
Oh,
Okay, here's I use ChatGPT to help with so we had like an issue with the mod pack in the server, right? And I don't understand JavaScript. So I was like, fuck it, we'll just ask ChatGPT, right? So I asked ChatGPT, and then it was like a fucking 30-minute conversation with this AI. At that rate, I could have just called tech support, okay, just to get the answer I wanted, which, by the way, it was correct. But it doesn't just answer it and know it magically, okay? These things don't answer things magically. If you lack basic cognitive functions, you will ask basic questions to LLMs, and they will not provide anything.
When his questions are a lot of questions in one.
what's something cool happening tonight in the city and still gets me home at a reasonable time? Whoa.
Which is how Ted found something.
And it's so crazy. There's just so much about the James Blunt thing that I find really funny. It's such a weird aspect to this ad.
Didn't even know he was looking for.
Hey.
Hey,
Turns out,
I'm Ted.
life's full of questions. Luckily, you can just ask Google.
Hello, Princess Diesel in his royal court. You know, and it's crazy. The whole like answer to all this AI crap with like Gemini and stuff is like why do we ask the AI now instead of just going on Google and asking, right? It's because when you search up something on Google, the first 3 results are sponsored, okay? And then it's like a Wikipedia synopsis, and you're like, okay, well, that's not specific enough. I need to like understand this at a more basic level. And then all of a sudden you type in the question again, but this time you say Reddit. And then it's r/ask historians. So that way you get some glupshitto guy who makes like $60K a year to be like, here's why the War of 1812 happened, okay? Because you can't just ask what is the War of 1812 on Google anymore, okay? Because it's like 3 results for like advertising 1812 apparel and all this other crap, followed by like a bunch of other shit you don't want. Grok, where do I find bad bitches? I have been walking through my daily life now and saying, Grok, is this true?
This is Judy and Pedro. They just bought their first home and are learning a lot. Thanks to Google, Pedro knows more than he wanted to about gravel.
Huh.
And Judy wouldn't call herself a plumber, but she dabbles.
Wait, how do these things work together?
Okay, dude, this is a very graphically intensive ad, note-taking app. I unironically will not use it after the stream because it's so graphically intensive. I want to like this note-taking app so bad, but fuck. I know I can scroll, right? I know I can scroll, right? But it's like the top result on Google should most likely be what you're looking for. It shouldn't be advertising followed by an AI prompt, right? Like that just the experience of using it has gotten worse. That is just straight up true. No way I'd be fixing a toilet like that. Yeah, hold on. The commercial kind of lagged.
Just bought their first home and are learning a lot. Thanks to Google, Pedro knows more than he wanted
Gravel designs that will wow.
to about gravel. Huh. And
Okay, so it's like here's what I don't like about this, right? The way that it frames it is that it over explains gravel, right? And it's just like it has gotten worse, but I'm not rewarding them for making it worse. I'm not rewarding them either. I just don't use Google. The only reason I have a Pixel is because I'm just not getting an iPhone, and a lot of Android apps or Android phones kind of suck, right? I do not like Samsung phones. The last one I liked was the Note 7, and that one was a bomb, so, you know. But it's like, if I had to spend one more day with Bixby, I was gonna Bixplode, okay?
Judy wouldn't call herself a plumber.
I'm a DuckDuckGo user, okay, with ad block, okay.
But she dabbles.
Wait, how do these things work together? Honey, I did it!
I just got this ad. I've gotten the annoying like part where she like asked the toilet, where she asked the toilet, where she asked the phone, like, how did these parts interconnect, right? And she asked Skibidi toilet.
So far, if they've learned one thing about home ownership, is that there's a lot to learn. Good thing.
Yeah, I have a custom launcher on my Pixel. I use Niagara launcher, just because it still lets me access things I need, but it's like less distracting. I don't have any app icons on my phone. I like want to minimize the amount of time on it, so I don't have any app icons or like a background or anything like that. I have like a gray background, like.
You can just ask Google.
That one was less offensive than the James Blunt one, if anything. It's just got a little. It's just a little. I think the part with the toilet is just really annoying out of context, right? Because I'll get that as like a 5-second ad before one of the like a video that I'm watching. All right, now we're getting to ones that I haven't seen. This one I have not watched before. That is the same thing. I'm stupid. Here we go. I unironically should have like put these in as just links. So this one is a Veo 3 ad, right? And so if you guys are not familiar with this, Veo 3 is the video generation tool that Google has now. Did you ever see that video where it's like, we talk now? Yeah, we talk now. We're prompts and we're literally talking right now. These car ones always... So that first shot unironically did look very good. I don't think I'd be able to tell if you didn't. Obviously, if I sat around and pixel peeped, right? I'd be able to. Did you see the Ordinary Things video? No. I mean, obviously this is like England, or it's like supposed to be England. But like, I can't make out any... Anytime I see one with a car, though. Random question, but would you ever stream Date Everything? I have heard of Date Everything. I see that it is on sale. I don't know. I have... People tell me to play Yick. I've been told to play Yick multiple times. it's like it's not even like that like this is unironically impressive that it was generated, right? But stuff about like the physics of it just look weird, right? Like if you were filming this like in reality on a camera.
I'm one with nature now.
This looks really bad. This actually looks really bad. Like the movement is weird and funky.
Nature would prefer some personal space.
This is one of the okay, this one I've also seen on Twitter a lot. This one, the Twitter AI guys love to share. I guess because it looks cinematic, because Ireland, right? That's Ireland. Or it's a generated version of what Ireland is, right? Am I wrong in assuming that?
The microfilm is in your ticket.
This looks bad. This looks bad. I don't see, like, every time I see AI video footage, and we'll see some really bad examples later on, right? Like every time I see an AI generated human, they look like the most Hyperborean Yakubian devil that has ever been generated through the orifice of like okay? Like, I get why we had a Butlerian jihad when we're making these A10i, like, creepy, smooth people, all right?
They're watching the north exit. Use the service tunnel.
And part of what makes this, like, bad, right, if we were to sit around, zero streams since Butlerian jihad mentioned. Right? Part of what makes this, like, really not that good, in my opinion,
Watching the north exit.
it's like these people are talking very loudly, and there's two like British police officers just right there, right? So it's like I've been watching some genuine like ass slop. So I would not be like shocked to see something with this caliber of acting on Netflix. That is an indictment of Netflix, but like a lot of the blocking of this is just really strange, right? With the two police officers there.
Use the service tunnel.
According to this old sea chart, the Lost Island isn't myth. We must prepare an expedition immediately.
Where were you on the night of the bubble bath?
And the thing is that a majority of all the AI showcases I see like out in the wild are all like that stuff with the duck, right? Where it's like a funny like 8-second thing, but like you could never coherently develop it into something long form, right? It would just be that single clip and that's it. And it has to be intercut with like something that you prompt like 1 billion times to get correct. Wow, that ad ends really suddenly. I know that was like a showcase for Veo 3 though, so I guess that's technically not an ad. This next one is an ad. I'm very sorry to the English. This one is a direct call out to you.
Oh!
I almost feel like AI hasn't gotten past, or at least this kind of Gen AI, right? Because this is the kind of AI that would take my job as like a creative, right? But it's like we still haven't really moved past the whole like, generating a fun doggy on a bike, generating a cat playing guitar, British nightmares. Wait, hold on. Let's like be annoying and analyze this. Hold on. Okay. I thought she was standing with her legs backwards, but it was just I like how. Okay, hold on. Now that I'm like examining this, this is fucking bananas.
$20 to learn what the green drink is.
It is a energy beverage of a non-sponsoring company. I made a potion coffee though. That's pretty good. I'm just having this because I don't want to make tea right now. This is Cocoa Melon for Facebook users, dude. That's not nice. I put Cocoa Melon on for you people. What's that say? What's that say about us? Huh? But okay, here's what's weird about this, right? This is like a Channel 5 like interview style documentary, right? Like this isn't being done as like a cinematic piece, right? It's almost like it's mimicking like a reality, right? And hold on now, our Cocoa Melon is the good one. But like if this was real life and you were at a concert, first of all, this venue sucks dick because the ground here is bad. British people in the chat, is this an accurate like concert going experience? Can you please comment on that? Is that like accurate or nah? But if there was a cow here, right? And it was real life, would the audience here not look at the cow? Like if I'm standing at a concert and there's a cow behind me, I'm going to turn around and look at the cow. Right? Like everybody should be looking at the cow. Like she shouldn't be mean mugging that cow. Everybody should be looking at the cow. Now, I don't even know if I'd say his legs are broken. It kind of just looks like his calf. Guys, it's a meat pie. Get it? It's a meat pie. It's a meat pie because they're English. Oh. Yeah, I mean, again, if I'm being like really technical, the thing is, if you were watching this while it was moving, it would look better. It's when you start to, and that's kind of what happens, right? Where a lot of these AI videos are like really like, you know, they kind of pass on like a first glance for 8 seconds, right? But when you spend more time looking at it, you're like, what's going on here? Right? Like this tea kettle on like a while it's moving doesn't really stand out that much, but it's got like a weird like underhang down here that would make it impossible for it to stand on its own. Like it almost just goes on extra long, right? And it almost like something about the shape of it seems nonsensical and overly ornate into places where it should be more utilitarian. Like this should end right about here where the stand starts, so that way you could place the teapot on the ground. Anyway, that was the Gemini is now in UK. You too can create AI slop in the UK. Do you see the weird AI ads for nostalgia, realistic toy puppy, or real crystal mug? I have seen those, but if you have them on hand, I will look at them a third time. So the way that these ads are like, it's like I have an imagination, but I do not know how to act on it. Give me deep mind, generate a jungle using 40,000 cubic kilogallons of fucking water, please. Dude, the
we're gonna play a little game today.
Usage from
Okay.
this fucking thing I'm using is like insane. What the fuck, dude?
We're gonna play a little game today.
Okay.
What if something impossible could become possible?
Oh.
No, these people are not AI generated. This one is like a mixed is like mixed reality. That's like they're on like the Mandalorian set that makes like the endless vision thing.
I can make it up completely.
What if?
Oh, man. What if I could live in my own fairy tale world?
The volume is loud or not loud. The volume. Oh, the Mandalorian set is called the volume. Oh. I'm sorry. There's no way these people are excited like this. I see a lot of AI stuff. Like, obviously, like, I'm an AI. I'm very much against AI. But I think we, millennials especially, have seen enough artificial intelligence that they wouldn't, like, pog face at this, right? Like, it's almost like the amount of all these AI images has led to a point where they're not astounding anymore.
In fairy world, my house is an acorn, which means I'm literally this big. Everything inside my house would be pink. I would have little coffee table books made out of bits of leaves and pressed flowers. Oh, it's so perfect.
Like, I just can't. I feel like I feel my audience is going to be more inclined to be like, AI fucking sucks, right? I'm also like not black-pilled enough to not laugh when Darth Vader says skibbity toilet AIDS gang or something, right? So it's just like, whatever. But this is just like there's no way you're excited about this. It's just, there's no real life. I refuse to believe that there's a human excited about this.
What if we discovered another Earth? Like an upside-down world, I guess.
Oh my god, it's that's fucked up. It's Girl Samaggle, dude. That's just Pandora. You just reinvented Pandora.
It'd be cool if, like, the nature from the ocean was in the sky as well. The pots and
Oh my god.
pans are probably made out of just little things that I would collect from outside. My room is like my sanctuary. My bed is big, and my closet
My bed is big. I live in a studio apartment in Burbank, California.
is
It's called I know they're actors. I know they're actors, but I'm doing this in the uncharitable fashion, okay? Did you know, Diesel, that these are not real people but actors reacting to things that they don't care about because they were just acting. It's like, yes, I know they're acting. I'm trying to picture somebody who's living in the moment, who's living a real life, who's experiencing real life through the lens of their own vision and not living in some roleplay fantasy, okay?
full. I have dresses made out of flowers.
It would be really awesome if people could fly. I also think it would be
What in God's name?
awesome if they could teleport. And then I would be there.
So what if we can go as far as possible? We can go way further than what we have.
It's like I get the whole like idea. Okay. Here's the thing. What is this selling, right? What is this selling? So it has to be solving a problem. I guess the problem it's solving is that these people don't know how to show their imagination to people, right? But then I feel like the counterpoint to that is like, that's not what you thought of. That's like your best approximation based on a very, very long-winded prompt, right? So it's like, it's not even what you actually thought of in your head when you do it, right? Like, let's say, I don't know how many of you have prompted it up, okay? But if you go and you prompt something and you type in a very specific set of things because you have an idea in your head and you're like, this is what I think it is. And then you see it and you're like, that's not really what I was thinking of, but I guess it's close enough, so whatever. And that's kind of what the experience is using AI all the time. And it can't read my fucking mind. So it's always going to be like, it's kind of close, but like not really. right? Like that's what it's going to be all the time. And then like a guy like Shadiversity is smoking on that copium, assuming that it is going to be identical to his imagination.
But first, it feels a little lonely. But then suddenly, you're just part of everything.
I see like butterflies. I can just call them to me and they just sit on my hair. I want to go.
For us now, we see that as impossible. But once it is possible.
I mean, how great.
Like it's like what I'm not like so anti-AI that I'm like, we should throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Where it's like, oh, AI can synthesize protein molecules in order to see how disease is affecting the human body. Like that's, oh, okay, great. That's great. I think we should do that. But I almost feel like a majority of all the hype with AI is like, it'll answer emails for you. Who the fuck is spending that much time in their email inbox that they gotta defer that work to Grok?
Would that be?
Like, okay, for those of you that work in an office job, legitimately, how much time do you really spend actually doing emails? I don't mean you go into the office, you pretend to work for 3 hours, then you go to your first meeting, then you sit down, then you actually answer the emails. I mean, like, what's your true amount of time answering emails? Because if you're passing 3 hours, I think you just need to increase your ability to produce words. But like this is just, what is this? What is, like, outside of the making a funny image, what does this generate? Like, what money does this generate, right? Like, what problem does it solve? Outside of getting ads that look cheap. The only people I can think of who would need it are office workers or yandere dev. I get enough emails that I don't even bother reading them now. Thank you, Anonymous, for the 420. It's like, yeah, I don't answer emails if they aren't important. If they're not labeled important, like I don't answer everything. And by the way, I write out everything. I don't use the fucking Google fill in me prompt. Okay? Like, why the fuck? It takes no time. I don't want to like constantly just ape a Northern Lion bit, but it's literally the whole thing where Northern Lion is quoting that fucking Slavic guy Zizek, and he's like, "What if instead of on a date, we did not have sex and we sat next to each other and I had a dick and she had a pussy and it was synthetic, this horrible thing, and then we just had them fuck each other in front of us while we do, I don't know, something else." Diesel, my stream crashed. Did you get my dono? Yes, I did. The 420. My problem is trying to keep track of conversations across email, Teams, chat, projects. Yeah, so it's like there's just too many like chat softwares. I like there are times where I've seen offices use multiple. And it's just like, just move, like, get down to one thing. Like, we don't need to use like a billion things here. Like, it could actually, a lot of these things are designed to work as like as one thing. Just do the one thing. Mr. Streamer Man, can you turn me into an AI chatbot? I don't want to think anymore. Oh, is this the one about the TV? I have to check out the Toyota commercial called The Book. I will... There's so many here. I don't know if we're going to get to the other suggested commercials, but I will try.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Gemini.
So what do I do? Just talk?
You can ask me about anything.
Anything else?
Part of what I feel is also an issue for this stuff is that it's just like, how do you sell this to people, right? Because when Siri came out, it was like, I can talk to my phone. that's novel and new. But now everything can talk to your phone. So now when they're like, you can talk to your phone, but it's better, you need to sell people on, it's actually a new feature. It's not the same thing. But to be honest, it is kind of like the same thing.
What about
My resume.
These complicated instructions. This photo I just took?
Sure, just add it and we'll talk.
Why are you giving Gemini your photo you just took? Put it into, there's a Diesel look at this, where it's like a big thread of suggestions in the server.
Sometimes my irrational thoughts thinks that AI stuff applied like this is just 2 iterations away from Roko's basilisk.
No, I feel like we're more than that. I think you guys are like, okay, some of you guys are like, I secretly want Am to exist. Or it's like, I secretly want Butlerian Jihad, or like the outrageous like 40k Age of Strife, Dark Age of Technology stuff to occur, so that way we could just get on to the rest of the fucking science fiction universe, okay? Like, where's the Ex Machina like murder scene, right? Like, you guys are asking for all of these exciting things. They're not gonna come. Not to be like Mr. Nothing Ever Happens, but it's like everybody wants Skynet to show up. Skynet's not going to show up. Just like during COVID, everybody was like, oh, what if a zombie apocalypse were to happen? And then guess what? It's not here. It doesn't come. It never comes.
You take a look at this giant hole.
That hole is easier to repair than it looks.
That is not an easy fix. That is not an easy fix.
Maybe we should call your dad.
You should definitely call a contractor.
No, it's backwards.
It is not backwards.
Gemini, which way do the screws go?
According to these instructions, they face towards the back.
Just fucking... Okay, not to be that guy, and I'm not like the smartest cookie, okay? I have sometimes come across like things like this that are complicated, but I usually figure them out. I've never usually needed these things.
Backboard.
Yeah, okay, it's backwards.
Gemini, I need help.
Okay, let's talk about how to get rid of that spider.
Run that.
Why are you asking Gemini how to get rid of a spider? You know how to get rid of a spider. Shoe. The answer is shoe. Okay? Or hypothetically, you could put it in a cup. Okay? It's really, did you need to ask the AI how to help with that question? Like, maybe having Gemini analyze an instruction manual that is confusing makes sense. I can get behind that use case. I can get behind it. But, like, brother, it is really not that hard to get rid of a spider. Did you really need to ask a supercomputer for that?
I'm back, Gemini.
This document is not a resume. It's a grocery list.
Actually, okay, this guy is the actual... This guy is a Gemini user for sure.
Well, my bad.
Take a look at the photo of my outfit. Let me know what color shoes will go good with it.
The green on the left.
Oh my god. Oh.
Can add a sense of calm.
Just look at it with your eyeballs. Do you not know what you're experiencing when you stare at the color? Like, this color science is innate to our human experience, man. It doesn't require Gemini fucking telling you exactly what it means.
Go back a step.
Yeah, we definitely need some help.
Okay, let's go back to step 3.
We're only on step.
What do you, okay, it's like you ask it to be like, hey, does this mean the screws are in the right direction? And then Gemini can use its camera to be like, no, the screws aren't the correct way. But like, you're gonna have it read out the fucking directions to you? Brother, you have the fucking thing right there. Also, not to be that guy, why are you assembling a basketball hoop at night? I know that I'm being really pedantic here and this is a commercial, but like, in what world is that something that happens? I am being such a nitpick Andy about that. That is so stupid, but come on.
3?
You know the real problem is that you will never find a better Android phone camera than a Pixel. In my personal opinion. I know we all have our very strong taste. They lost the screws a long time ago. Yeah, they lost the screws the second they decided to go build it at night. Can't even see the hoop because it's dark. I mean, I do a lot of stuff too at night, but that doesn't mean I do, like, everything. By the way, I just want to say the guys who are like, Gemini, how the fuck do we fix the wall? Guys, it is not an easy thing to fix a hole in the wall, okay? Especially a hole that big. Like, that's like structural damage. Like, you need to actually get a contractor, okay? It's literally, that was like a 3x4 foot sized hole. Gemini does not have an easy fix for that. There is no easy fix for that. I can fix small holes, but something like that, you need to call a guy who knows to put in drywall. Yeah. Gemini, call. Oh, I don't want it to actually call. I'm not going to finish saying that prompt.
I need to help convince my roommates to help me clean up.
Are you fucking kidding me? Gemini, how do I tell other disgusting humans that I live with to clean up their fucking filth?
Yes, of course.
But can you do it as a video game trailer?
Sure.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are they special?
Attention all roommates. It's time to level up your kitchen game.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. I can't believe we have slopified the attention all Fortnite gamers meme. John Wick needs your help.
In this epic quest, you must...
I am in my 20s. I'm late 20s now. I'm old. But I know. Let me beat you to the punch, Cosmic. I know you're going to say stop it. Right? But it's like, if I was like 21 and my roommate did that shit, I'd be like, bro, get your fruity ass back in the kitchen and wash them damn dishes. The fuck?
My dad, he sent me this book, and it was written by the guy who started this company. And everywhere in that book, I mean, I wanted to be that guy. And it was written by the guy who started this company. From the book ad. Remember Not A. Made 11 years ago.
That is a really obtuse sounding book ad.
Defeat the dirty dish dragon. You need to master the powers of soap and scrubs to conquer...
Dude, you need to master the power of soap and scrubs. I'd be like, slur, and then...
this foe.
It's not about a book. I'm confused. What is it about? It's about a car.
You're clearly the chosen one for the quest.
We believe in you, Bobby.
You guys are the worst.
That was the stupidest one yet. That was by far the worst one of this list. Like, that one is egregiously... That one is just... I understand why people have strong feelings with things like that. Awesome. Use Gemini, get smacked down. Yeah, that one kind of portrayed the exact opposite, right? where it's like Gemini should have produced such a convincing argument that one of those idiots gets up and washes the damn dishes, but they just throw it back at him and be like, hey, yeah, you go wash the dishes.
Oxford comma, yay or nay?
Well, on one hand, the Oxford comma helps with clarity and looks good stylistically, but some say it's unnecessary clutter and outdated.
That's right, definitely outdated, not vintage at all.
Well,
if you say, you know, the thing is that if you say, oh, the chat GPT, tell me pros and cons, right? It'll always give you exactly like whatever you're searching for, right? So it'll always like egg on whatever fucking personal like bias you have. It's like really fucking bad.
one could argue that there's a certain romance to older styles of writing.
All right, well, what do you think, Gemini?
I'm Team Oxford comma, all the way.
Case closed. And period.
That one wasn't as egregious. It was like kind of stupid. And also I'm anti taking out your phone at the table. So, you know, there's that. Make every day easier with Gemini. We're getting to the end of the Google ones. I hear the Samsung ones are pretty fucking bad. Gemini, talk down to my wife for me. Grok, tell me why we should get rid of the Boers. Grok, explain to me why I should give South Africa to Elon Musk.
Hello. 1, 2, 3, got my attention casually, making an entrance. You got me hooked in an instant. Ayo, ayo. 4, 5, 6, got all the focus.
Did anybody actually use the assistant on their phone frequently, or am I like one of those people who just didn't ever use it, right? But it's just like I feel like it's kind of like a not useful feature on a phone. Like I could just do it quicker myself.
But then step into motion, can't resist right in that moment. You have me at hello, low, 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 low. Hello.
I hate how overly positive. It's always like, absolutely. I'm here to help. It's like, bro, you sound like the Wii Sports trainer, bro. Like, come on.
How can I embarrass my sister during a wedding toast, but like respectfully?
What do you mean?
Here's the deal.
There's no way it would ever give a good answer to that. You know, that requires so much context.
You gotta say anything else. Everything you're doing is speak so loud. You got me speechless, like wow.
I set my Gemini voice to be a nice black woman. She's sassy. Well, you chatted that. Grok would never. Grok would, but Gemini would never. Music sound. No, the music's not AI generated. This music is definitely not AI generated, right? The thing is that nobody. You notice how Google doesn't professionally use any of their AI software for their commercials. It's all like whatever the exact product is, and then none of the other stuff. But I've heard music like this before, and I'm like, oh, I've heard that on Spotify. I know Spotify has AI music on it too, but they usually don't. They usually get professionals in. Like, this is a professional VFX artist that's doing this. Grok is autistic, Gemini is a millennial, ChatGPT is a college bro. Is there like a fourth? What's the and Claude is a Funko Pop guy. Google gets a lot of coding done with AI these days. You know, but the thing is that they also have like the best coders on planet Earth to like check that, right? But most places they're just replacing the entry-level coder with AI, and then that's it. This is like the really famous one. You guys have probably seen this ad. This is the one about like this is the musical ad.
Enter a prompt here. Okay, can't be that hard. How about generate an image of a cat playing guitar?
And then that's it. And that's all AI is good for. That's all AI is good for. I would like a custom generated cat playing guitar.
Yeah, it just does whatever you type.
What a last minute gift.
Yeah, but for some reason, when I say make a big titty goblin, it's like, I can't do that, sir.
Ideas you can make with arts and crafts.
Plan a workout routine to get bigger calves.
Help me think of titles for my tell-all memoir.
Could you imagine writing a tell-all memoir and then deferring the title of your book to AI at the end of that?
What's something smart I can say about Renoir?
Generate another image of a cat playing guitar.
If a girl calls me a snack, how do I reply?
What would DeepSeek be? An agent for the CCP. Also, the whole guy about like, oh, help me say something smart about Renoir, right? This guy is in an art museum, bro. Like, just fucking look at the picture.
Generate another image of a cat playing guitar.
If a girl calls me a snack, how do I reply?
Yeah, that's how it works. You're doing AI.
Make this email sound more professional before I hit send.
What's a good excuse to cancel dinner with my friends?
I don't want to go out. That's it. You don't need to be crazy about it. Just tell people straight up. Fucking Christ. Just tell them no.
We're literally sitting right here.
There's no wrong way to prompt. Yeah, you're doing it. There's no wrong way to prompt. Just whatever you just prompt your prompt in the prompt bar.
Or just generate an image of a cat playing guitar.
You know I can do other stuff, right?
Nah, that's okay. We're just gonna stick to the whole cat stuff, okay? That's what we do now. We make cats. This is a cat making factory. Oh, people were giving a lot of shit to the Samsung one, so I'll pull those up now. The ad is giving too much millennial vibes. It was Google. Everything they make is millennial vibes. That's all they do there.
How should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay, like I know that there is a lot. So like I like I had said earlier, I had ended up using a washer dryer today, and I had to ask AI to answer that question for me, please. But like, if I buy a piece of clothing, I usually know what the particular like care aspects of it are, right? Like, I own linen, right? I own a linen shirt. What happens when you crinkle linen, chat? What happens to it? It gets wrinkles, right? So when you have something that has wrinkles in it, what do you do with it? You steam it or you iron it. You don't put it in the dryer. You put it to hang dry. Like, it's not fucking that. It's not rocket science, okay? It's not fucking rocket science. I have special weatherproofed pants, which require that I use weatherproofing detergent, okay? And I have to put it on a different setting on the dryer. That's like not that fucking hard. And if you buy clothes, motherfucker, some of the shit, you gotta understand it, right? Like, don't buy sequins when you don't understand what they do.
Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on
Are you actually... Have you never watched this article of clothing before?
the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved.
The hieroglyphics are pretty specific instructions, easily searchable. Yeah, the thing is, you could have pulled up like a dictionary of wash and care instructions, but like She definitely wasted more time asking Gemini.
Date night.
Top comment. Am I the only one thinking that this ad is a pure display of how clueless we've become at everything? Care labels are so easy to read. Let's see. This is the one I took the thumbnail guy from that you guys said looked like Pinely.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done.
But okay, like if you're making pasta and you bought the stuff for pasta, not cookies, why are you just being like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make fucking cookies from this pasta sauce. That's like weird, dude. What if you're making dinner? Oh, honey, we're having cookies tonight. I put too much sugar inside the pasta, and now my dinner is now cookies.
Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it.
I would love to know what pasta sauce cookies taste like, because that sounds like it would taste like fucking tomatoes. There's no way none of us in the chat are like, gochujang, isn't that Korean chili paste? I guess it's gochujang pasta sauce. So, like, chefs in the chat, does that make any fucking sense? Can you turn that spicy pasta sauce into a cookie? No, okay, it's spicy cookies. I feel like the intent with that, though, is like not a spicy cookie, right? You definitely can, but it's not really like that. Okay. I don't know, man. Ask Gemini. Grok, is this true?
And that's 10 fun rainy day activities in the city.
Where is that?
What do you mean, where is that?
List the places mentioned in this video and save it as a note.
Okay. You're watching a top 10 video of places to visit in the city. What, are you kidding me? What kind of person are you? Check the description, 1, okay? 2, if you're watching a top 10 places for the city, you must be in that city, so it must obviously be where you live.
Bad day, quick fix. One list, found it oh so quick.
Wow, I'm so glad that I analyzed the top 10 video that I was watching, so that way I could still not know where these places are.
Cool.
Did they not plan anything? Well, you know, it's one of those dates where you don't plan anything.
Museum sounds good.
Just like, how do these people that live in this city not know that there's a museum in the city and have never heard of the museum? I don't know how you're a fucking New Yorker and you don't know what the Natural History Museum is, for example, right? Like, am I the only one who finds it concerning how badly big tech companies want their LLMs to think for people? I mean, yeah, that's like the scary one, right? I don't want to too Black Mirror it, but I just don't. Charitable take. I don't think they know how to advertise it, and so that's the best they could come up with. We're finally on to Apple Intelligence, guys. Which apparently Apple Intelligence has been like a big fucking disaster for Apple, and like none of it has worked, and it's been a complete like useless piece of technology that Apple produced and wasted hundreds of millions of dollars on. It's very interesting to see how commercials are made, because it's almost like they have like a very same cadence, right? Like I can feel like a same kind of rhythm go between all these commercials, even though they're by different companies. This is why we need to abolish the 8-hour workday. I'm sorry. That's not to replace it with 16-hour workdays, by the way. Sometimes there just isn't 8 hours of work in a day.
Wow. Hey, Jay. This project might need a bit of zhuzhing, but you're the big enchilada.
Might need a... Okay, buddy, how'd you get this job when you do that? I've never... do people write emails like that?
Holla back.
HR, fire that guy.
Warren.
Upon further consideration... Hold on, I want to read the old email. Hey, Jay, been thinking this project might be the... I never thought zhuzhing was spelled with a Z, not gonna lie. But you're the big enchilada. Holler back, Warren. I'm sorry. If you work in a black tie office and you write an email like that, you don't even work there. You just walked in one day in a fucking suit. Okay? There's no way that could ever happen. This is a completely fictitious scenario. Upon further consideration, I believe the project may require some refinement. There's like a billion different ways you could have rewrote it yourself without asking AI. Like, it's just like the email conversations that exist in like the workspace are completely pointless. I rarely, if ever, have emails that don't just kind of like eat up space. A lot of the times emails are completely non-needed, right? Or it's like not something you got to answer instantly, right? And there are people I know, not in Mana Potion, by the way, just to be clear. We have a very anti-AI stance. But there are people I know in my day job that use AI, and it sends me up a wall at every moment.
The most capable individual to undertake this task. Please let me know your thoughts. Best regards, Warren? Huh.
No, because he's looking at it like, Warren doesn't write emails like this. What the fuck is wrong with him? I am genius. You know what would have really tied this commercial together? If his boss also sent him an email back using Apple AI. So that way it's a completely like pointless conversation that neither person is reading. Like, hold on. No, with all of Apple's stuff, right? You could literally have Apple write an email for you, send an email to someone. That person has Apple AI give a summary of the email, and then they let Apple AI use the summary of the email to send you an email back, and then you don't need to read the email, and you can write a summary using the AI, and then it can send an email back. There's been presentations at my college on how to use AI, and every time it's so stupid. Well, they don't know what to do. Like, your administrators don't know what to do, because they can't stop all of the like students from using AI. So they're like, I guess we'll just embrace it. Diesel, I'm not joking. My friend's school kids do that. Jesus Christ. But like, they really don't know what to do. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't defer every piece of expertise to ChatGPT and you write and do things yourself, you're going to be more literate. You're going to have better neuroplasticity. You'll be able to recall things better. You'll perform better on tests. You'll just be a more well-read individual. You will be better if you just choose to not use AI. I'm not even joking. There was a study done on this. This just recently came out. People who used AI to write their essays could not recall their essays. I would never use AI or ChatGPT, mostly because I don't trust it. Also, I don't want to get into trouble. The problem is that those AI detectors also just don't work either. But yeah, if I ever have children, I'm not teaching them how to use AI like that. Like, unless something drastically changes. I think the bubble will pop. I really do think this is like a .com bubble, personally, in my opinion. Yes, and they wrote worse after using AI predominantly, yes. Yeah, I hear a lot of the time AI creates a lot of technical debt for programming, so it's usually just, it would have been cheaper just to hire a junior programmer, because then you end up having senior programmers go back in and fix the code that a prompt engineer generated.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
I got you something.
We said no gifts.
We had to get you something.
I'm trying. Oh, honey. Thank you. I love this.
I got you this.
Oh, my hammer.
Turn over.
Did you do this yourself?
Yeah, I had a great teacher.
Happy birthday.
I love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
Woodworking with kids.
Yeah, I love it.
This is from me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
To you.
Damn, man. She hates her husband. On God, bro.
You love wearing those goggles.
Are you kidding me? Literally, phones have been doing this forever. This isn't even like an AI feature. This is just like a thing phones do now.
You remember the little nest?
Yeah.
What a piece of shit wife. I'm anti this wife, okay? Usually I'm a wife guy for the imaginary wife in my head, but like, I'm anti this wife right now. If he clicks out, he can see her prompt. Oh boy.
I trust everyone's read the prospectus?
This one, I've seen this one before.
Lance? Prospectus.
Oh, yes, it was wonderful.
So, do you want to take us through it?
Yes.
Great.
I can't, like, this... I don't, whoever this guy is, right? If we're talking like a high-end business individual, if you are at this point and you just didn't check what's on the docket for a meeting, I think just fall off the bridge. Just fall off. I don't know what to tell you. The world's most suspicious man. I think this was the Super Bowl commercial, or this might have been one of them. You know what? Honestly, this guy's kind of Sigma. This. What's the point of making or writing anything? All of these things just like, I feel like, okay, first of all, maybe this just goes to show you how superfluous and bullshit a lot of jobs are. Something, I haven't read Bullshit Jobs, but I hear it's a good book. But if work is so easily digestible and just so non-important, why the fuck does anybody work? Right? It's like, what's the point of any of this AI shit other than nobody doing anything ever? Like, I don't... Because that's like the ultimate... I want to do things. I like doing things. But if this is like the alternative, like, if work is so meaningless and matters so little that it could be just a concise 3 points, what's the point of literally anything?
Okay, guys. Let's get into the prospectus.
Like, yeah, like, just let AI run everything. Like, if AI could understand what's going on these documents, and the AI created the document, right? And then the docket for the meeting was created by AI. Why the fuck are any of these people here? Like, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I am genius. Genius.
It's just, what's the answer? What's the answer? What is the alternative, right? Like, what is gonna happen? I know Apple's not gonna fire everybody. Like, I'm sure they're going to let some people go, okay? But like, what if we replace C-suite execs with AI? Well, you know that it's not those guys going, okay? God. There's like, there's nothing. It's just nothing. I just can't believe it. What does the crown mean? I have no idea. That means you're my #1 Pookie Bear right now, okay? That means you're winning. That means you're winning the game. Let me quickly run to the bathroom. I will be right back. The chair is in charge while I'm gone. I just realized I was muted, but I said, hi, guys, I'm back. Hi, backward chat. What you do with Diesel? It's one of these dad jokes you guys might have heard of. And he sued. D, you're going to get sued. Why am I getting sued? Why? Because I said that we don't like C-suite executives? Poppy joke, if you will. Were the hands clean? Yes, the hands were clean, chat. The hands were clean. Yeah, there's a chat leaderboard. That's really it. Anyway, let's talk about some of the funnies. So I typed in, so there's a word. If you type in AI advertising, it's like the same 5 accounts doing like, I made the advertising, this is a vlog revolution. And it's like a long post about it. Hold on. God, this guy's entire account is just that shit. Right? So it's like, oh, this has been generated with AI. I'll show you how I got the prompt, right?
Hey girls, I am in Amalfi, Italia now, and this is what my day looks like.
Wow, we can finally have vloggers that don't exist. God, I've always wanted to watch a lapsed Mormon go to Italy. I saw this meme. Hold on, I might have saved it. Hold on, I think it's on my desktop. Hold on. This is literally life. This is literally life now. I literally see this with like tons of people I know, but never me. Okay? I don't understand. How do people afford this shit? What are they doing? Buy now, pay later? You know that's gonna affect your credit score? When will there be AI commentary YouTubers, credit cards? Well, like, I know a lot of people that are like, I don't understand. How do you people afford this shit? None of this is real. This is all fake. This is all fake. None of this is real. Those AI eyebrows or something. You know what? I didn't even track on that. I just noticed that she has like fucking the most insane eyebrows ever.
Hey girls.
What's wrong with her eyebrows? Yay. It's almost impressive how consistent it keeps those weird eyebrows in this video. I'm so sick of plastic looking AI images. This new image generator is something else. And then it just generates the most annoying white woman you've ever seen. He makes a lot of posts about this. This guy's entire account is just filled with stuff like this. Hold on. Oh my god. Well, like, what? Why? What's the point of any of this? What's it do? Oh, I can generate a fictional Asian baddie. Like... Let's see. I don't want to I don't know if this guy's accidentally shared like AI goon material, which is why I keep clicking away. This is impossible. Wait, a film trailer for Planet of the Apes. One click film is coming.
Apes strong together. They must pay.
This looks like shit. What are you talking about? Is this guy fucking nuts?
I'll finish this.
Who are these? I don't know who these apes are. None of these guys be. This isn't Caesar, dude. Who is this?
I offered you peace. I showed you mercy.
You talk about mercy? No matter what you say, eventually you'd replace us. That's the law of nature.
This is a whole.
It all looks bad. All the apes look the same. One of the incredible things about Planet of the Apes is how they convey different looks about the apes using the artistry, okay? Like Caesar looks different from the other apes, and the other apes all look different from each other. War for the no, it's not. It's not coming. It's not coming. AI filmmaking is not around the corner, okay? Let's see. This guy does a lot of this shit. AI is out of control. This is just fetish content. Hold on. Wow. That was shit. That looked like ass. Hold on. I think I can get away with showing this. This looks like ass. So this this fucking fat lady on a diving board that they generated with AI. Wow. And then the fat lady jumps and then turns into like a Play-Doh cannonball. And then puts her ass inside her face. And then the big bowl of dough, you know, jumps into the fucking pool. Okay, what? I didn't see this part. Why? What was the point? Some guy was like, I would like to generate a fat woman diving, and she dives in so big that the entire, like, some guy who generates prompts all day generated that. Okay, there's no other reason for him to have created that other than to beat his meat to. Okay, that is jerk off material, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
The vitamin that loads every.
There's a lot of these. The ending made it good. I didn't expect that. I don't gotta be honest. Let's see. There's a lot of, this guy generates a lot of videos. Would used to take big teams weeks and weeks of work. Okay, so a lot of this is like Dunning-Kruger, where these guys don't, like, this entire thing, this guy is like, video production is cooked, duplication, freezing, and sandstorms. What used to take big teams and weeks of work, now done in Higgsfield in seconds. I think, so this first, like, effect, this isn't an effect, it's AI, right? But this, like, okay, guy smokes a cigarette, and then, first of all, I feel like the planet generating like that, right? I think the way that this shot looks would be improved if that yellow Saturn in the background was just the background, and then it generated like all the guys smoking like that, right? But it's just like, I'm pretty sure I could figure that out fairly quickly, right? Like that, I could do that better in a short amount of time. Like, I don't think that's weeks of work. Especially for some of these effects. I know that some of these, I'm not a VFX artist, to be clear, but I do think a lot of these things could be done in a day. Like that guy freezing like that, I think you could do that using current VFX tools in a day. I'm pretty confident in that. I mean, some of this is like definitely more complicated to do, but I also do not doubt that a VFX artist could do these things. But also, it's like, I know these are spec ads. Spec ads means they're not real ads. They're ads that people are pitching to get like bread for. But it's just like, oh, the AI can do a roll transition. Okay, it's really not that hard to do a roll transition. Dude, we get like one preset pack. You can do as many roll transitions as you want. It takes less work and time. Maybe there's a reason why it takes time and effort to make good art. How come okay, so the thing is even like you can do 90% of the film industry with like a basic level of understanding, right? So it's not that it's hard. It's that they expect you to spend a lot of time in it, right? They expect more of you, like, emotionally, right? Which is crazy, right? But that's why they pay you so little, is because they're like, oh, you'll get so much social capital back. Like the freezing grannies, like, that's not hard. I could do that. I'm pretty sure I could do that too. I think this is not a hard effect to do. I don't think this is a hard effect to do. If it was Photoshop, that would be really easy. But in After Effects, I am pretty confident in my ability to be able to do this in After Effects, right? Like a 99% of what you see is just composition, right? So if this was like a real image, right? I'm critiquing AI art as if it was like actual art, right? But like, look at the composition here. I mean, like the composition for the weird like spaceman thing, right? So it's like it's split pretty evenly down the line, and then it goes out with these leading lines out here. I mean, I think that's pretty decent composition for whatever the fuck it's trying to convey. I think there's a little bit too much headroom, if you were to ask me, but yeah, there's a little too much headroom, because I feel like if the green background and the blue background were more even, it would help the overall piece feel straighter. But it does zoom in on it, right? And it's just like, you could get most of this done with composition, right? Because you'd get the first shot where you're kind of zooming in, right? And you could probably knock that out like in like 2 hours. Not even. I mean, like an hour, right? If you're a working professional and you're working with a model and it's just you and the model, you could bang that out in an hour. If you have the location locked down, right? So, and there are places like this that look like this in real life, right? The only issue is that it's not, what if it's not foggy? Which is like, okay, well, I mean, we could always just rotoscope out the background. We are going to rotoscope the guy. But it's like duplications and role transitions. These are things that are not hard to do, right? Like it's saying like, oh, you can do this, this, this. Like duplicate is like, I'm pretty confident I could do that. Role transitions are literally a single click. That's how easy it is to do, right? If you have a preset, you never need to do a role transition again, because a majority of the time when you see a role transition that looks like that, it's not done in camera. In camera is difficult because you got to match it up. But nobody, if you're like a solo operator, who the fuck is doing that, right? Like that's easy to do with a preset. A sandstorm is like, I don't even know how useful that is. It's only useful in like a very specific use case, right? It's less useful than duplication and a role transition. The diamond thing is like just fancy gaga goo goo bullshit. The freezing thing I think is pretty easy to duplicate. But that's it. Like I don't, outside of the sandstorm and the diamond thing, which makes no fucking sense. Like there's no real point to any of that. Oh my god, AI Labubu?
AI generated, but honestly, can you even tell? Hey Jen just dropped something
Yes, I can, because your audio sounds weird.
truly wild.
You sound okay. I understand where people are getting the Roko's Basilisk from.
Product placement. You can make anyone hold anything, say whatever you want, and even control my face and my hands.
Say whatever you want. Wow, that's a horrible proposition. I can make you hold and say and do whatever you want. All right, okay.
Just with text. Yeah, it's getting kind of crazy out here. We're living in a...
And then, by the way, every time one of these guys generates something with AI, it's just like the most like glup shitto shit you've ever seen, okay? This entire account is filled with this shit. It's insane. This guy is making posts every day being like, listen, it's getting good out here, guys. It'll happen any day. I don't know why I turned into Trump for that one. That wasn't my intention. It's my accent. I'm sorry. Oh, and then all the posts are always exactly the same, right? So if I search up AI advertising, right, which I've done, right? It's like, this is the future of advertising. AI can now generate high quality ads for products in minutes. And it's like a Louis Vuitton bag, and it's just like, it's like, I understand what the pastiche of Louis Vuitton is, but like when Louis Vuitton does advertising, it's very deliberate and with an intention associated with whatever that recent release is from Louis Vuitton. And that's the same for a lot of high-end fashion brands where there's like a whole theming and all that stuff, right? But now this is like, oh, a black and gold bag with a blue-black background, which matches, yeah, like all these things match and are coherent, but it's not selling anything about the fantasy of Louis Vuitton, right? There's like a certain luxury and person associated with Louis Vuitton, and you don't get any of that shit with this here, right? Like advertising is a lot more than pretty images, especially for high-end brands. Usually they're trying to convey a message, or they have a specific theme, or things that they want you to understand, right? But this is like a pastiche of that actual thing.
Elegant solutions for professional women.
Like, I don't even know if that's what you would advertise Louis Vuitton as. I'm not a particular enjoyer of that brand of fashion. But it's like, why is a bag with logos all over it considered attractive? It's attractive to some people. I don't particularly like it, but it is to some. I don't know. We might have a streetwear revival. We might have a hype beast revival. I think it's going to happen. Yeah, it's like, this AI is crazy. This is the future of advertising. You no longer need a creative team. It's possible to build high-performing ads with AI, full campaigns, right? And then it's just like a brand, like a brand book that. And then this one is also like, oh, it can see your products. It can analyze these things. Ad agencies are cooked. Oh, who is paying for all these posts, dude? Who's paying for all these posts? Is this just like the AI startups trying to justify their own existence? Because all of these posts are written the exact same way. Oh yeah, the Coke ad. I mean, it's like a soda ad. I didn't really... I'm so ambivalent to a lot of those ads. Like, it has zero stay power at all. Dude, this is a rate proposed community. I was added to the community notes roster, by the way. I can community note people now. Oh, I saw this one was really weird. The future of the ad is happening now. AI is making spec ads. It's going to change anything. 8 wild examples. Dior AI spec ad. So I tried to figure out what this ad was for when I watched it the first time, right? So Dior is like it's like a luxury brand associated with like perfumes and colognes. I thought, have you guys ever seen like a Neutrogena or like one of those budget women's soap brands? Have you guys ever seen that? This doesn't give me the perception of a high-end luxury cologne or perfume. This gives me like a Neutrogena soap ad. Right? Because like, oh, the ladies are putting their hand through it and it's like a moist liquid that's white, kind of like a soap, maybe. It's giving Olay. Thank you. That's the one I was looking for. And then it's just like, I don't even know, like, what okay. So the way you advertise a cologne or perfume is that you're trying to convey a feeling, right? Because you're trying to distill the scent into like a mood, right? So when you watch cologne ads, colognes are like masculine scents. So it's like a guy driving a car, or like Jake Gyllenhaal on a sailboat through a storm, right? And stuff like that. So for like a women's perfume, you want to convey maybe like a elegance, right? Oh, it's like an elegant, beautiful vanilla scent, right? Which is maybe what this is going for. But also, it's like, why are they flying, right? Because usually somebody's doing an action in a perfume commercial that conveys what the scent is, right? Like the action you perform backs up the scent just as much as the visuals do, right? So what about this scent gives flying woman? Or like that, like, I don't know what the... That like intercut shot, she just seems very confused. I know it's AI, but it's just like the tone isn't correct, right? So like if it's like a crema, if it's a cream, right? She should feel like she should feel relaxed. She should feel moisturized, right? She should have like a face of beauty or relaxation. Like she should be at peace. She shouldn't be confused, right? She should feel comfortable. Like, I don't know what this is giving like a, okay, here's how I know that this was generated by a man. This whole like Greek woman thing is such a dude fantasy. This is a dude fantasy. Which is true because I have that fantasy, okay? I would be Athena's strongest soldier. Dude, what is... what? And like the like giving the visuals of fucking Britain and France is just even stranger. I don't think Aphrodite approved of this.
Rose de Granville, Dior.
Let's see if they have more on this. There's apparently 8 on this thread. This ad is so getting, dude. The ones for luxury brands are always the funniest.
Gucci presents timeless elegance, transformative yet elegant.
Why are we doing this to the Mona Lisa? Oh, mamma mia. When I think of Gucci, I actually don't think of Mona Lisa. I think of like, I don't know. It's because Gucci's public perception versus what they want to be perceived as, I could understand why they would do like an ad like this, right? I know this is a spec ad, but like I'm talking hypothetically, right? So I can see like the train of thought. Like for me, when I think of Gucci, I think of new luxury. I think of new wealth, right? Old money wealth, I don't associate with Gucci at all. I don't feel like that's what their brand is.
Crafted from the most delicate of fabrics to ensure that you look like a masterpiece.
Like nothing about Gucci gives like retro royalty and elegance, like 0% of it, right? So it's just like the whole idea of the ad is like completely ridiculous. And Gucci doesn't make clothes like this, by the way. Gucci just doesn't make clothes like this.
Gucci, where timeless meets contemporary.
Yeah, one of you mentioned a subsurface scattering earlier. The lack of subsurface scattering in this stuff is really fucking bad. And it makes it's a problem. It's a headphone one. It's 10 seconds. Okay, whatever. That one's not that interesting. The Dior one is definitely the funniest. Let's see. My parents work in public service and run a business, and we get quite a few expensive people coming through. None have ever been wearing Gucci, and if they did, it's never obvious. Like, they make jeans. Yeah, some of the more popular items of Gucci clothing are just not the gaudy ones, right? What is this? What the fuck is this?
I only smoke loud OG.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I needed to pre-screen this before I showed you.
I only smoke loud OG.
That's it. That's the whole thing. Dude, Bogo's binted, bro. What the fuck? Finally, I'm sold on AI. Dude, all of these are like all of these like posts are like the ad industry just got disrupted. No, it didn't. You got 91 retweets, buddy. Let's see. Ads will never be the same.
Guys, if you are not drinking
Oh, this one's really fucking creepy. There's some like weird homunculus in this one.
vibe juice while you are vibe
If you are not drinking vibe
Guys,
juice,
if you-
dude, that's the bug juice that the World Economic Forum wants us to drink, okay?
you are not drinking vibe juice while you are vibe coding and marketing, you are
Vibe coding, I think if you talk about vibe coding is where you just code while you're like fucking every time I hear somebody talk about vibe coding, it sounds like I'm maxing out on LSD while not checking my code or correcting any mistakes while I listen to some fucking podcast about sunning my perineum, okay? Like if somebody says vibe coding, I want to take their head and like squish it like a grape. Vibe gooning? No, I want it needs to be listen, gooning should be a full body experience. You should be in pain.
not gonna make it.
Then it explains how they did it, dude. They got a whole repository of Tartarian women from the lost city of Tartaria, bro. Holy shit. This is made this experimental ad in just 5 hours using current generative AI tools. I like that they still talk about it like it was a lot of work to sit there and generate this in a computer. Like you literally wasted 5 hours to make an ad like this. Like, bro, you could have spent a lot of that time on like better things.
I'm stuck in the past, but Nike brings me to the future.
I don't understand. Right? So the idea is that like a Nike shoe is futuristic, right? But I also don't even think I would associate Nike's brand with futurism, right? Nike's brand is like try like literally just do it. Like, you know, you put in the work. You're an athlete. You ball. All right? You fucks with sneaker culture if you wear like fucking like I don't know, some specific type of shoe, right? It's like associated with like a specific like you fucking put in the work, you get it done, right? That's Nike. Nike isn't futurism. Nike is do the work. Just do it. Like
built on every step before, driven by every step to come. Just do it.
right? So like I don't know the history of Nike, but you could do this commercial, but like not with fucking Peaky Blinders. I don't know when Nike started its production, right? Maybe they're like a post World War II company. I don't know, right? But it's like, oh, even if you did something back then, it would still be like, oh, Nike was there at every step of the way, and they're still there going forward into the future, right? But the ad doesn't make sense because of the time period that the prompter chose, right? So like the entire message of the ad isn't congruent with the brand of sneaker. Like it's just not congruent at all. It's in the 70s. Yeah, well, you could do it from the 70s. It was like, if you wanted to play on people's nostalgia, you could play on the good parts of the 70s. Or I don't know if Nike ever had military contracts, right? You could have stuff about like, we were there doing every step forward, right? And it's like a soldier in Vietnam, and then it's another person doing like a civil rights march, and then it's like the 80s, and it was like, and we've been doing the steps ever since then, blah, 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 right? And you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and then you have one in modern day, and it's like, and we'll be doing it for every step after. And it's like, there you go. That's how you do the fucking commercial. But the commercial doesn't make sense because of the time period you've decided. I think I'm actually cooking here. I think I'm cooking. Hire me. My paycheck starts at $100,000. This ad is closer to Adidas Puma's history without the pirate hats. Ah, okay, okay. Well, then, you know, they just got it wrong. New career in marketing. Here's the thing. You don't... I feel like people in... Sorry, guys in my chat that work in marketing. I think you have one of the most imaginary sectors of job ever. Is that a hot take? 2001 and 2015 for both the Army and Air Force. I don't remember which is which. Oh. Oh, this is an Adidas sports ad generated by AI. Okay, let's look at this.
What makes us unique is our passion for what we do. We walk with purpose in every step.
All right, I think this commercial's a little too wordy, but I think this is a little bit closer to what the Nike ad should have been.
Doesn't matter who you are.
Dude, everybody's like fucking facial maxing in these things. They're always like giga constipated, dude.
We all have the power to change the world.
But okay, like, do things, right? So here's what makes this commercial bad, right? It does nothing but say, right? I don't, you know, like, obviously we need to convey a lot in a commercial, but this is like one of those things where it's like, it's our passion for what we do. And you get like a guy painting and he gets some paint on his Adidas. Okay. Like, there's just like, you're just standing there. Like, nobody gives a shit when it's that shit.
Together we break any limits and we're ready for the challenge.
It's just like like all of these just fumble, like they just fumble brand understanding, right? Like I don't think this conveys what the brand is. Dude, what the fuck? Why is this one so... What is this one? This one's crazy. On God, why did this guy generate this? Hold on.
You thought I wouldn't notice you?
I gotta play this one. This is crazy. Dude, the thumbnail for this is absolutely outrageous. AI is taking over advertising. And it's just like K-pop hentai, dude. What is this? Dude, he's so cheeked up, dude. I didn't know Higgsfield had it in him. Dude, what did they do? They trained this AI on the fucking sexy donut guy, right? You know, the guy who's like fingering the donuts.
You thought I wouldn't notice you?
Sorry. I just wanted to take...
Oh my God, dude. I think they're gonna start fucking in this ad. Prompt, make Hugo Boss ad with German war aesthetic. I think the prompt is gonna say no.
You know that curiosity is a dangerous thing.
Why, dude, Dante, dude, is this like the game that tracks your period?
What do we have here?
What is this, dude? Holy shit.
Now you have two options.
Now you have two options. Whoa.
Leave or stay and see what we're truly...
Oh my God, what is this? 3 men now? Dude, 3 men, 1 woman? That's crazy, dude.
Capable.
Oh, boys.
Oh my God! Dude, I don't even know what that was advertising, bro. What was the spec ad? What was the spec ad? Dude. Average 11 deep space head.
All systems go.
God, that was fucking insane. You should play Love in Deep Space. I know. I've been told. I've been told. I recently bought Stellar Blade, guys. You know the game that caused like a bunch of hysterics over its gooning material. I gotta be honest, playing the game, it's really as bad as Bayonetta was back in the day. I kind of feel like I think I vaguely remember the drama with Bayonetta when she first came out, and I kind of feel like it's just a repeat of that. But it plays very well, by the way. Shift Up did a good job. I can't log into Nikke right now. There's like a bug, so it's very sad. Oh God. This is Diesel if you never met the Op Block in real life. Wait, am I the girl or the guy? Or is that me with girls? Please let me be that one. Please let it be that one. Please let it be that one. Both. Oh my God. You're both. Multiple choice answer. Oh shit. Well, yeah, you know, I do give that energy off. I know. I know. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner because it's late and it was just a quick Sunday stream. I hope you all had fun. That was a little weird. Oh fuck. Dude, that horse game literally is all people are talking about in my server right now. I don't know anything about it. Anyway, goodbye. That was a weird stream. I'm gonna eat AI dinner. So true.